The next question deals with declining enrollment. Austin ISD has cited under-enrollment as a reason to close campuses, even as Austin's school-age population grows. What do you see as the biggest contributing factors to decreased enrollment, and what steps would you take as a trustee to address these?
We have not done a good enough job serving our kids. It's as simple as that. And so many, like the overwhelming majority, everybody wants to do the best that we can do, but we haven't built out our structures and built out our systems and built out our support for teachers and structured into possibility, the consistent caring relationships that will result in families choosing to enroll. So where does the Black student population disappear to? It disappears to outlying suburbs with the idea that it's going to be better there. Where does so much of our Hispanic population go to? They disappear to charter schools where they imagine it's going to be better. What they so often find is that it's not. Sometimes they'll say it was a wash. A couple times they'll say it was better. A whole lot of times they'll say it was worse. An on-the-ground, one-to-one conversation built in so that a teacher and the counselors and the APs and the principals are able to be out in the community and ask a family, what is it that you need? What is it that you want? And be listeners and say, okay, how can we build this into what we're doing at Padrone, whatever, name the school. Be the listeners, be the caring listeners that, first of all, you're doing good by doing that because folks are used to not being listened to. But then second of all, actually folding in what you hear into your programming. We should absolutely be growing as a district. And growing not as a measure of, oh, we need to grow to get more money. Grow because we want a richly diverse student population. And we know we're going to be a better school district. And each school is going to be stronger if the kids in the community are there and learning from and learning with and vibing with each other. So a growth mindset is absolutely where we should go. And the declining enrollment is not a measure of what the state has done to us or what outside folks have done to us. It's a measure of what we haven't achieved yet. And so we need to be putting it on ourselves to be committed to the kind of loving educational system that naturally grows the district.
You named two factors. The population is leaving Austin and the population is going to charters. So affordability and charters are two big issues. And just this morning, a report in the Statesman revealed that Learn for Life is applying for a campus in the Runberg area and serves students who are at risk or have dropped out. Can you address those two issues, affordabilities and charters? How would you address those issues in helping to improve the declining enrollment?
Well, there's not too much I can do about affordability in Austin in terms of property values and rents and that sort of thing. But that's a little bit of a red herring. I maintain that's a red herring. There's more kids here than ever in our city's history. So it's not affordability. Yeah, affordability is a problem, but that is not the root cause of us losing students. The root cause of us, those are choices families are making. Now, in terms of charters, if somebody shows me, and there are a few across the country, you show me a charter that's just like knocking it out of the park in terms of doing really excellent work, I will take a hard look at what they're doing so that we can learn their practices and see how to learn from their practices to bring them home. But as for more charter schools, we don't need them. We don't need them. They are not a net benefit to District 3. They're not a net benefit to Austin because for every student they take, it becomes this disruption of the ecosystem that is not a productive disruption. Our schools can be and should be serving our student body from a standpoint of inclusivity and from a standpoint of inclusion all the way down to the classroom level. which means building in the supports for those inclusionary practices. But that should be how we do our job. And by the way, it is mostly how we do our job, but our teachers are not consistently resourced enough to do it well, and sometimes are structured out of doing it well by rules that are not good rules.
To wrap up this question, what is the reason you've heard parents say as why they're leaving the district?
Because we're not doing a good enough job. I've heard parents say, I'm leaving because this is the experience my kid had with the second grade setup.
Okay. Thank you.
I get cut there. I mean, but yeah, so it's really direct. It's the problem is direct and the answer is direct. People are leaving because of an experience.